Hello, it's Peter here from Mini Model Paint Studios, and today we're going to be doing a bit more work on the X-Wing build. More specifically, we're going to be sorting out the problems I've had with the canopy. So I masked this off a while ago and sprayed it. I sprayed it too dark, it's the wrong colour. I want to repaint it, but worse than that, it's got knocked around in the box while moving it around the studio, and if you can see up close there, it's all come off in the worst possible way because I didn't seal it. So how are we going to do this? Now the Bandai kits usually, and in this case definitely do, come with a set of decals and a set of stickers. Now obviously their intention here is if you want to paint it, you can paint it. If you don't want to paint it and you're good at models, you can use decals for thinner, finer application. And on here you can actually cut out the cockpit, and they give you two just in case you mess up one, and stick that down, fold it over, and hope that it sticks. And if you're a beginner and you want a nice easy way through, here's a sticker to do exactly the same job. You won't have to worry about microsol, you won't have to worry about scalpels or the danger of water. But what I've done is I've used, originally I used the that one there, took out the window portions of those, and this one here for the back of the cockpit. I stuck them on the window and then sprayed it. And what I should have done is paint it the right colour, and then while the mask was still on, I should have sprayed some matte varnish over the top just to seal it in. Forgot to do that, so of course it's scraped off. So I need to do it again, and I could use the last one on the sheet, but then I won't have another one left because guaranteed you're going to make another mistake, and it'll get knocked around in the box and get messed around. So new plan. And I'm going to thank some new friends over at Cricut, who make electronic cutting machines for paper craft usually, and they sent me a machine, the Cricut Explore Air. So there are several in the range. There's the Air, the Air 2, and now there's one called the Maker, which is so super fancy they don't want to send me one of those just yet. That'll cut through, I think that's so good it'll cut through Superman. But it doesn't matter, the Explorer is good enough, it'll cut through vinyl. And rather than using masking tape, because masking tape often sucks, using plastic to cover over the thing gives you a nice sharp edge, which you can burnish down onto the plastic so your paint doesn't seep underneath, as happens a lot with paper. So I set the machine up, and I created, using the sticker, a template which I stuck here on the back of a Rice Krispie cardboard and some masking tape, and then scanned that into my computer. Uploaded it to their free Cricut design software, which is cloud-based. You set up an account, upload your scans, and it creates cutting templates for you to use. So I'm going to walk you through that process quickly now and show you what I filmed earlier today to create this little sheet here of peelable vinyl masks. And we'll come back to that and stick them down on there in a short while. So this is the Cricut Explore Air, and we're switching it on and opening it up. This is the software, and that's the file that I've created. Loaded that up onto the laptop, plugged it into USB, and we've got the yellow vinyl. Stick it on the self-adhesive grip mat, hit make in the app, load it into the machine. Then it'll tell me to press go, which is a little Cricut button, and then it'll start cutting. The whole process takes about 2 minutes for this particular file that I've done. I've sped it up considerably, and there it's done already. Unload it, pull it out, and there we've got a cut. see if you can see the as I slow it down, you can see it in the light there. So let's get back to this file and we'll see how we do. Apologies, I'm going to jump ahead here because I forgot to switch my heater off and you couldn't hear a word that I was saying. It got a little bit chilly in here and totally forgot that I had the heater on. Anyway, what I've done is I've put 2 of those masks on, nice and simple. So I'll show you the third one. There it is, that third one there. It's just a case of, get it on camera, peel it off. Where are you? There. Peel it off and stick it on. And then use something blunt to burnish the edges. Difficult to tell on this side a little bit because this is the one that scraped off. That is the main bit masked off, and now I'm going to do the rear of the canopy. So same as before, I'm just going to peel off the frame on this one. And stick this down on top here. We don't really need that. There, let's try and get it at an angle where you can see the difference between yellow and white. A roll of this vinyl was, what was it? Delivered with Amazon Prime. If you've got Amazon Prime, it was under £6 for 1 foot wide by 4 foot long. So that's pretty good. And you can use it not just for this. Obviously, I've seen people use vinyl masks or vinyl cut shapes for in the modelling world, not papercraft stuff, but to use it as lettering for bases, or you can use it to cut shapes if you're scratch building something. And the last bit, I probably just did that last bit off camera, I'm sorry. So the Cricut Design software, let's get that light out of the shot, is it's relatively easy to use. I mean, it's not foolproof. One of the things I had problems with this was when I scanned the original image. The scanner actually brought it into Photoshop a little bit larger than real life. So when I did a couple of test runs with masking tape, I found that was a bit of a problem. It created something that was about that big. And so what I did, I measured from the pointer there to the end there, and apparently that's 2.4 centimeters. So I scaled that in on the design software, Cricut Design, on their software, and made that 2.4 centimeters from tip to tail, and everything else, obviously because it's scanned all together, everything else is scaled correctly to that. So what I've got here, I've got another one of these frames, but I've also got 2 lots of just the windows for use on either another model, because I've got a few of these, or if I screw this up again, I can use it again on that. So I'm going to sand all this off, scrape this off, probably just use the back of a knife, and then we'll repaint it. I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, let's let that dry. Clean the airbrush out, and away we go. Put the heater back on for a minute. Okay, so moment of truth. That. Clean up that. Slice that through, and that just peels off beautifully. And then the bits at the back. Now what I have done is I've brush painted on some matte varnish. So the mistake, if any, in getting this video done quicker than I'd usually leave it, I was probably peeling these off just a little bit too soon before everything is properly cured. But the masks I'm happy with. Let's have a look there. Maybe the placement of this one was a little bit too low. But it's okay. So let's see, does that look a lot better on here than it did before? And there is only one answer to that, and it is yes. It looks a hell of a lot better, and it fits, and it's all good. So of course this is going to go through a little bit of weathering. I mean, this is now a nice, clean, fresh, brand new cockpit canopy. Where the rest of the thing is already quite weathered, and it's going to get a lot more weathered than it already is. So there's going to be a few other techniques, or I may use one of the other masks just to put on there when I do some dry brush work and oils or whatever, oil stains, bit of panel line stuff on here. But that's really good. I'm really happy with that. So what we can see in there, there's no light on it. Where's the camera and where's the light? There we go. So that's another one done for today. Masking using vinyl with the Cricut Explore Air. Which was a really good solution for this particular problem. Follow the progress of this on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It's whatever, the social media /minimodelpaint. The blog is minimodelpaint.com, and we've also got a Patreon, which I would love for you to come and join me on Patreon, and we'll start making some other projects together, and that is patreon.com /minimodelpaint. So that's That's it for now. I'm Peter from Mini Model Paint Studios, and thank you again. See you later.